It all began in Westeros in the year 281 AC, at a tourney held at Harrenhal, once the greatest fortress in the known world, now a monument to the power of the Targaryens. Many nobles from across the realm attended the festivities, including Brandon Stark and his younger siblings Eddard, Lyanna, and Benjen. The Starks were always invited to important events such as the tourney at Harrenhal, seeing as their family has long been a powerful and respected house in Westeros. The most notable attendee was Aerys II Targaryen, ruler of the Seven Kingdoms and protector of the realm, who had not left the Red Keep in several years due to a growing paranoia that was slowly driving the king mad. The tourney was a cause for celebration, as the arrival of spring and the induction of Sir Jaime Lannister, the newest member of the King's Guard, brought cheer to all attendees. For Sir Jaime's father, the Hand of the King, Tywin Lannister, the event was not a cause of joy, as the position of the King's Guard was beneath their family. King Aerys had only appointed Jaime to spite Tywin, forcing his son to renounce his inheritance, leaving Tywin without a suitable heir to their family seat of Casterly Rock. The end of the tourney was marred by controversy when Prince Rhaegar Targaryen, the king's son, crowned Lyanna Stark the Queen of Love and Beauty instead of his own wife, Elia Martell. The action sparked further controversy as Lyanna was promised to another, Ned Stark's childhood friend, Robert Baratheon of Storm's End. The following year, Lyanna was abducted by Rhaegar near Harrenhal. Her brother Brandon, who was on his way to Riverrun to marry Catelyn Tully, rode to King's Landing with his companions to demand justice. Upon arriving at the Red Keep, Brandon called out for Rhaegar to come out and face him. However, Rhaegar was not present and Brandon and his companions were arrested on the charge of plotting the Crown Prince's murder. Lord Rickard Stark, Brandon's father, was summoned to court and demanded a trial by combat. Instead, King Aerys declared fire to be the champion of House Targaryen and had Rickard suspended above a fire while Brandon was placed in a strangling device. As Brandon struggled to reach the sword and save his father, he ended up strangling himself. After the deaths of Rickard and Brandon, King Aerys demanded that Lord Jon Arryn send him the heads of Lord Robert Baratheon and Eddard Stark. Robert was betrothed to Lyanna, and Eddard was now the Lord of Winterfell following the deaths of his father and brother. Instead of complying, Jon Arryn raised his banners in revolts, marking the beginning of a war that would crush the Targaryen dynasty. Fighting began in the Vale of Arryn. Mark Grafton, one of the king's most prominent bannermen, led the charge to defend the port of Gulltown, a strategic location that could not fall into the hands of the rebels. Mark Grafton and his loyalists fought bravely to keep the port closed, but the siege was long and grueling, with both sides determined to emerge victorious. But in the end, it was Robert Baratheon who emerged victorious. He slew Mark Grafton and secured Gulltown for the rebels. After the taking of Gulltown, Lord Robert Baratheon returned to Storm's End and called his bannermen. However, not all lords in the Stormlands were ready to pledge their allegiance to Robert. Lord Owen Merryweather, the new Hand of the King, encouraged the loyalty of some of the Storm Lords to King Aerys II Targaryen. Lords Catherine, Fell, and Grandison planned to gather their armies at Summerhall, a ruined castle of House Targaryen in the Dornish Marches, and march on Storm's End to confront their liege lord.